I earned my degree online at Arizona State University. I chose to get my degree at ASU because I knew that I'd get a quality education, they were recognized for excellence, and that I would be prepared for the workforce upon graduating. To be associated with ASU, both as a student and alum, it makes me extremely proud, and having experienced the program, I know now that I'm set up for success. Learn more at asuonline.asu.edu.
With so many options, why choose Arizona State University?
For me, the only online option was ASU because of the quality. Their faculty was really involved with their students and care about your personal journey. The dedication to my personal development from my professors, that's been extremely valuable to me.
Earn your degree from the nation's most innovative university. Online. That's a degree better. Explore more than 350 plus undergraduate, graduate, and certificate programs at asuonline.asu.edu.
The views and opinions expressed on this program do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of 580 WCHS, its employees, or WVRC Media. From the studios of WVRC Media, the country, the United States of America, the state, West Virginia, the city, Charleston. This is the Dave Allen Show on 580 Live. And your host.
What we've got here is failure to communicate.
He's kind of a big deal.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass, and I'm all out of bubblegum.
Dave Allen.
And a good Friday morning to you, and welcome to the show. Stephanie Pauly is our producer today. Bigly, Piggly, Wiggly hotline 304-345-5858. Tony the Taylor text 304-935-500. We do the show from the Jared Construction Studios, right on time, right on budget. Visit jared-construction.com. Phone calls to the show, a service of Bigly, Piggly, Wiggly, Spring Street, Charleston. Texting services provided by West Virginia's finest men's store. Tony the Taylor, Virginia Street, Charleston. Tony's summer hours, Mondays 11 to 3, Tuesday through Friday 10 to 5:30. Saturdays by appointment only. Visit bestmastertaylor.com or check out Tony's Facebook page for more information. Hope everybody is ready for the weekend, ready to sweat and stew in your own gravy a little bit out there. That's what most of us are going to be doing. On the show today, we are going to remember the legend that was Super Duper Charlie Cooper. One of the most, widely respected broadcasters in the history of radio in the, not only in the city of Charleston, but the state of West Virginia. There's going to be a cruise-in tonight honoring Super Duper Charlie Cooper, and it's going to be over in Winfield. We're going to talk to the organizers about that. Also on the show today, Dr. Casey Sacks of BridgeValley will be stopping by. And big happenings tomorrow in the west end of Charleston. They got a cleanup going on. The West Side Neighborhood Association will be handling that. We'll talk to those folks, too. Plus, your calls and texts are always welcome. Bigly, Piggly, Wiggly, hotline 304-345-5858. Tony the Taylor text 304-935-5008. It is Friday, which means we check in with our good friend Angie Gillenwater from the Kanawha Charleston Humane Association with this week's Adopt Me Please Pet of the Week. Angie, good morning. Happy Friday.
Good morning. It is finally Friday.
Indeed, it is. All right. And it's going to be hot, too. So in case, I know we always get texts when you're on the show, and I appreciate them. People reminding folks to keep those pets cool because we got heat indices. I like saying heat indices because it makes me sound smarter than I am as opposed to saying heat index. Heat indices are well above 105 degrees. So first and foremost, take care of those critters outside, Angie.
Yeah, keep your pets inside if possible, and always make sure that they have shade and cold water available.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right, let's talk about our Adopt Me Please Pet of the Week. And as always, the picture's posted on Dave Allen Radio on Facebook and at DaveA70 on X. And again, it's one of those names you're going to have to tell me the story. And Ryan's not here this week. Ryan's actually here. He's been producing the morning news. Stephanie Pauly's producing the show today. So you're going to have to help me with the name and tell me what it means.
So this week we are talking about Drako.
Mm-hmm.
This Drako in particular, I'm not sure if it's from the same Harry Potter universe that I'm thinking of. The name Draco Malfoy is kind of like the anti-hero of the Harry Potter universe. But this Drako is spelled with a K, so maybe someone else out there, if you know of a Drako that spells it with a K instead of a C, you can educate me on that as well. But Drako is an 8-month-old puppy. He's a parvo survivor. He is about 35-ish pounds, probably won't get too much bigger if you're looking for a medium-sized dog. And I really strongly encourage everyone to look at his picture on Facebook just because he has such a unique looking face.
He does.
And he is great with kids, great with other dogs. He's a puppy, loves to play. And if you do have cats, I'm sure that he would be very playful with your cats as well.
Now, in your description to me that you send me each Thursday evening, you called him the silliest resident right now. What makes him the silliest resident of the shelter?
I am not going to lie. It is his face, number one. Every time I would walk into our parvo treatment area and just the way he would look at you with that little frowny face, you just could not help but laugh. But he's also silly and funny in the way that anytime that our parvo team or whoever was cleaning that area would fill up his food and water, he would purposely knock it over so they would have to come back and refill it. So he loves attention. He's one of those kind of dogs. And
what kind of dog is he? I mean, boxer or what?
Yeah, maybe like a boxer bully mix. He's kind of hard to pinpoint one, but I would say with that frowny face, there's boxer in the lineage.
Well, that's what I thought, and I've got a good friend of mine who is all about the boxers, and I sent him a picture of the dog this morning, the one that you sent me last night, and I actually texted to him. I said, you really need to consider adopting this dog. He said, I would love to, but I think he said something like 2 boxers is enough. And with the size of his dogs, I completely understand that.
Boxers are also one of the goofiest breeds out there. So
yeah.
I'm sure one boxer is probably enough to keep someone on their toes.
Probably indeed. All right, the Dave Allen Show on 580 Live is brought to you in part by Pinnacle Consultants. Poor indoor air quality can cause a variety of health issues, allergies, respiratory problems, and more. Pinnacle offers specialized indoor air quality services, residential, commercial, and industrial settings. Visit pinnaclecorp.net because what you don't know can't hurt you. All right, so again, we'll recap the dog before we end the segment, but Drako, you calling the silliest resident ever. Pictures posted over on Dave Allen Radio on Facebook and at Dave A70 on X, so you can check out the picture for yourself. Big shout out, Angie, to Dutch Miller Subaru of Charleston, because I believe because of them, did I read this right on your social media, that the adoptions are all free this week?
They are. That does end today. So if you want to adopt a pet from us for completely free, thanks to Dutch Miller Subaru, get in there today before we close at 6. But yeah, we are super thankful. Our friends at Dutch Miller reached out, saw that we are in crisis capacity, and wanted to help by paying for adoption fees for a week. You
also, I think, was it last week you did the Adoptions After Dark event?
Yes, Adoptions After Dark was really fun. We got to see a lot of people late night at the shelter, which it kind of felt like my routine was thrown off a little bit.
Well, yeah.
It was unusual seeing people there at night. But we had, after 6 p.m. when we closed, we had 11 adoptions, 3 fosters, and 2 people, a family of 2 was reunited with their cat that had been missing for 3 years.
That's a great story. Can you elaborate on that story a little bit?
Yes, so they had actually recently moved to the Charleston area, and the cat had escaped their house as they were in the moving process. They had been looking for her for 2 years, and she came to our shelter last week sometime, and the family was just looking on the website, ready to add a new family member to their home, and they saw what they thought might be her. Came up, and because we were open late, she was like, I'm so excited to be here. I couldn't wait till tomorrow, and got there, and sure enough, that was their cat. There were a couple identifiers that she was able to verify it was indeed her. Wow, that is an incredible story. I mean, we'll have to tell Amanda about that one, when Amanda Barron comes in for Metro News Midday. That may be, radio is always better than TV anyway, because we can paint theater of the mind type stories. But that's a great story. So make a note of that, Stephanie. We'll have to tell Amanda about that. That's a great story. And for 2 years, the cat was missing for 2 years? Yeah, 2 to 3 years is what she said, and they had looked for her all throughout their neighborhood, and they actually came in as strays, funny enough, to our shelter. So I don't know who had the cat in the 2 to 3 years. I don't know if she truly was just out in the streets of Charleston for 2 to 3 years, but sure enough, she found her way to KCHA, and her mom did too. So I cannot imagine what that must be like for the owners to just be looking on your website or your social media, whatever, and seeing the cat that's been gone for 2 to 3 years. I mean, that's amazing to me. perfect. It was perfect timing. I mean, honestly, it could not have been better. That funny enough, the week the cat got there, they were ready to add a new cat to their home.
Well, I mean, look, I don't care what your personal beliefs are. You'll not convince me that that's not divine intervention right there. I'm just saying it right there. That's incredible. All right. So, and soon we've got Kegs for Canines coming up.
Yep, August 9th at the Red Carpet Lounge. We will have Kegs for Canines. It's basically drinking beer, petting dogs, and you get to see a couple adoptable animals in the meantime, all for a great cause. So definitely come out to Kegs for Canines, get the tickets before they sell out.
You got beer and you got pets. What's not to love? And it's going to be at the carpet, right? At the Red Carpet?
Yep, at the Red Carpet Lounge.
All right, and we'll be talking more about that as we get a little bit closer. What do you need of, Angie, right now as far as your donations of, I know there was a big push for towels and things of that nature and food. What do you need specifically?
So we, this morning, going through our accounts of supplies, we are down to only 8 bags of Purina dog chow, which will maybe last us till Monday. So Purina dog chow is a big need. Newspaper, we are completely out of newspaper in the building. So if you have, some old clippings that you wouldn't care for us to have, newspaper, and then wet food for dogs and the usual toys, treats, collars, leashes, stuff like that.
And you can't go wrong with cash for donations.
Absolutely. Cash helps just as much.
Yeah.
That helps us with medical care and things that members of the public cannot buy. So cash is great as well.
All right. I just sent Jeff in the news department a text while we were talking about the story of the cat. And so you may be getting a phone call. Just letting you know from the news. I'm just throwing it out there, okay?
Sounds great.
All right, let's review Drako again. Well, I'll do that, but I did have one question about Drako I wanted to ask. He was a parvo survivor. Are there any long-lasting effects from parvo? I did a little research on it when I was prepared for the show, mainly because I wasn't sure how to spell parvo, and I had to Google it. And that took me down this whole rabbit hole. Well, it shows up when you're posting parvo, P-A-R-V-O, it does not show up in your, the thing your phone's supposed to know. It showed it was incorrect. So, but are there any long-lasting effects from parvo with dogs?
So it depends dog to dog. Sometimes they can have long-term effects like, looser stool, or they can shed the disease up to a couple weeks from having it. But as far as like their health overall, you don't really see a difference between parvo dogs and regular dogs who have not yet had the disease. So yes and no, but the effects that you will see are mild and manageable.
All right. Angie, I appreciate it, and we will talk again soon. Don't be surprised if some news folks aren't going to be calling you here pretty soon, just so you know, okay?
Hey, sounds great. I love hearing that.
All right. Angie, we'll talk next week. Thanks a lot. It's 9:19. Angie Gillenwater from the Kanawha Charleston Humane Association with Drako, who she called the silliest resident right now, 8 months old, 35 pounds, male, good with other playful dogs, loves kids. Didn't think that because of his personality that there would be an issue with cats, and he's still a puppy. He's going to be a good-sized dog. Those dogs, like I said, I was telling you the story of my buddy that has those, and they can be a little difficult sometimes, not because that they're simply because they're big dogs. That's about it, and they're a little bit clumsy, but they do tend to be a little bit, as she said, a little bit silly from time to time. So Drako, 35 pounds, male, good with other playful dogs, and absolutely free right now, thanks to the folks at Dutch Miller Subaru, because they were sponsoring free adoptions all this week. Should be okay with cats, and he's a parvo survivor. He's a survivor. Go get Drako. Picture posted on Dave Allen Radio on Facebook and at Dave870 on X. It's 9:20. Older adults should protect themselves against severe respiratory disease and more. Talk to your doctor about flu, COVID-19, and RSV vaccines. Risk less, do more. Get started. Vaccines.gov, paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. We'll take a break. Dr. Casey Sacks of BridgeValley is coming up right here on the Voice of Charleston, WCHS.
Are you a physical therapy assistant and looking for an opportunity in orthopedics, wellness, and athletic care? If so, Generations Physical Therapy is offering flexible work hours and an upbeat atmosphere. With 7 convenient locations, Generations may have a job designed for you. Visit generationspt.com.
My name's Chris Miller. I'm president of Dutch Miller Automotive. Jarrett Construction completely renovated and helped redesign Dutch Miller Kia in South Charleston. The fit and the finish and the quality of the project is exceptional. He has an attention to detail and an eye for that kind of stuff. You always want to give your best to your customer. It's just as important to him as it is to you. If you're ever looking to build anything, I'd call Jared Construction because you know exactly you're going to get something excellent every single time.
Call on Jared Construction.
With the right support and care, a seed can grow into a resilient plant. Recovery takes patience, intention, and a willingness to listen. Every path is different, and every story of substance use is an opportunity for transformation. When it comes to growing and restoring our communities, we need everyone to break through addiction. Learn more at backtolifewv.org.
$922, Biggly Piggly Wiggly Hotline, 304-345-5858. Tony Taylor text 304-935-5008. Coming up a little bit later on the show, we are going to be speaking with the folks from the West Side Neighborhood Association. They have got a, Stephanie, I'll have to send you another number. Okay, all right, just calm down. I'm going to send you another number, okay? That's what I'm saying. We're communicating through the glass here, all right? So we're having some issues connecting with Dr. Casey Sacks. I don't know exactly what the issue is there, but for some reason, Dr. Sacks' phone does not like us. I don't know why. So, Stephanie, our producer, I am going to send you another number. Nothing like doing this on live radio, especially when, you're not very tech savvy to begin with. So we are efforting to get her right now. All right. I just sent you another number there, Stephanie, for Dr. Casey Sacks. Live radio, folks. It's live radio. All right. As I was about to say till I interrupted myself, coming up a little bit later on the show, we are going to talk to the folks from the West Side Neighborhood Association. They've got a cleanup plan for tomorrow. They'll join us in studio. Also, Super Duper Charlie Cooper, a radio legend. I mean, an absolute legend in this business and just an all-around nice guy. Never worked at any stations with Charlie, but we did get an opportunity to do some projects together. And, of course, we lost him a couple of years ago. Folks in Winfield are going to do a cruise-in tonight, a classic car cruise-in to honor the legacy of Super Duper Charlie Cooper. So we'll talk to Jim Winter about that coming up a little bit later on. But Dave Allen Show on 580 Live is brought to you in part by your hometown baseball team, the Charleston Dirty Birds. The Birds are back at home tonight at Gomart Ballpark for a weekend series against Lexington, and it's a big night or big weekend at the ballpark. Tonight's Christmas in July night at the ballpark with free Salango Law Light the Night hats. Tomorrow night is Women Making a Difference night with Super Mega Blast fireworks after the game. Sunday is Dusty the mascot's birthday and the Herps Alive interactive reptile and amphibian experience. Plus, it's another family fun day. Kids 12 and under get in for free. Tickets, promotions, schedules, merchandise, and more. Visit dirtybirdsbaseball.com. All right, I think we got Dr. Casey Sacks on with us right now. Dr. Sacks, good morning. Welcome to the show.
Dave Allen, how are you today?
What does your phone just not like us, or what? Because we have trouble sometimes. Do you have me on the blocked list?
It must be personal.
Yes. Well, I've been kicked out of worse places than BridgeValley. I'll say that. All right, it's to be a fine place to be kicked out of. All right, I know you got fall registration going on, right?
We do. Please, if you're listening and you're ready to change your life, fall registration's going on. We would love to have you on campus. Yeah, and when does that start? I'm sorry. So it's going on actively right now. You can register all the way up until August 11th, and classes start on the 18th.
All right. And, of course, you got anything we talk about, you get information available on your website. I want to talk about some of the scholarships that you have there. I understand that there were several students in the nursing program are getting some cash to go to school courtesy of Harmony Senior Services. Talk about that.
It's true. Just this week, we gave 10 students, each got $1,000 from Harmony Senior Services. And what Harmony Senior Services did was they came in and said, how do we help students who are going into something that affects our business? So what we love is when our business partners come in and make commitments to our students to help them go to school. And then it also helps their business because obviously they're going to hire our students when they complete.
And that's good stuff because, Dr. Sacks, again, we're talking with Dr. Casey Sacks of BridgeValley. Last time we had you on, couple of weeks ago, we talked about a benefactor here in the area that wanted to present a full ride, everything included, to somebody that I think they had special circumstances or something like that. That's great when either individuals, businesses, or whatever reach out and want to help people to a better future.
We really love our donors, and Andrea Petrie has been a fantastic foundation director. It's been nice to just have both businesses and individuals in the community come in and figure out ways that they can really help other people in the community.
Talking with Dr. Casey Sacks of BridgeValley, the Dave Allen Show on 580 Live, presented in part by Generations Physical Therapy, with 9 practices, all offering extended hours. So access to physical therapy has never been easier. To get your appointment, 304-760-5660, or visit generationspt.com. I do want to bring up one thing with you, and this may take a little while, so just kind of bear with me a little bit. The last time that you were on the air with me, someone texted after the interview, and they were asking about the graduation rate for BridgeValley. And you and I talked about it a little bit off air because I had some questions too. I guess I'm asking, explain to me what would appear to some to be a low graduation number at BridgeValley.
So what people look at when they look at a federal graduation rate for our college is something that's called IPEDS. It's the standard way that institutions report graduation. But the way that it measures it is that it only looks at people who are in college as first-time, full-time freshmen. And so that means they can't transfer in. Weirdly, last fall we got more people who transferred into us from four-year institutions than who transferred out. So it's a lot of people. And more than half of our students are part-time. And so this indicator only looks at people who are full-time. But it also describes full-time as being someone who goes to school for 12 credit hours. And we can all do the math really fast that to graduate on time with a 60 credit hour degree, you would need to take 15 credit hours. So it already means we have students who are counted in the denominator who are not going to be on time. So the short part is if you actually look at all of our students, which is a better indicator, you would see 3 groups. You see about a third of our students who graduate on time. About a third of them take 1 or 2 classes with us and then go to work directly. CDL, we've talked about that a bunch before. It's a great example. CDL is not an associate's degree. It's a short-term training program. But you'd come in, you would say, I'm going to school for the utility line program because the CDL classes are in the utility line program, but then you would leave because you'd go be a truck driver. So about a third take a couple classes and go to work. And then about a third either stay enrolled with us or transfer somewhere else, mostly to WVU or Marshall. And they also, in our IPEDS rate, count as a dropout. We don't get to count them as a positive outcome because they didn't graduate. They transferred to WVU or Marshall.
I got you, and I appreciate you explaining that, and I appreciate the texter for sending that question in, because sometimes, you look up information, on the internet or whatever, and sometimes it's not that it's not incorrect, it just doesn't tell the whole story, Dr. Sacks.
That's right, and we've actually been working with the Richmond Federal Reserve Bank because they have seen this as a significant problem. They recognize that community colleges are one of the best drivers for workforce development in our region, and the Richmond Federal Reserve Bank supports all of West Virginia. And so they've actually created an entire proposal for how we should be doing federal reporting on community college outcomes because they see this as a real problem. They see that IPEDS is a real problem. It's just tough because IPEDS was designed perfectly if you're at Princeton. It reports what's going on at Princeton really, really well.
Okay.
And it was designed for them. And so everyone else sort of has to fit into the mold that was created for a kind of school that just isn't us.
Yeah, and I think that's a very good point because so many people, and I'm sure this is not only an issue for BridgeValley, it's an issue for all institutions like yours. I mean, I've told my story before. I went to Southern West Virginia Community and Technical College in Logan and in Williamson for 2 years before transferring to Marshall. I did not graduate from Southern. I went there and took classes, and so I guess for them. And, of course, this was a long, long time ago. But I guess for them, that would show as I did everything I was supposed to do there. I just chose to take my credits and, in my case, go to Marshall University. And so, again, this is not just a BridgeValley issue. It sounds like that they need to somebody somewhere, as you said, you're working with the folks there in Richmond. I mean, somebody needs to try to shore this thing up and make it a more streamlined process or something as far as the reporting goes.
Yes, it's something we've been arguing about in higher education for literally years.
All right. Dr. Sacks, as always, it is a pleasure to have you on the show. And thanks for taking time to explain that because, as I said, the texter, and I do appreciate the texter, too, because you don't know if you don't ask. And the texter reached out to me after you were on the air, and so I said, well, we'll talk about it. You and I talked about it yesterday, and so now we got a better explanation, and we're all better for it. So I appreciate that. Thanks a lot.
Well, I'm thrilled that you asked. Thank you very much.
All right. We'll talk again soon. Thanks a lot.
You bet. Bye, Dave.
Dr. Casey Sacks of BridgeValley. It is 28 minutes now before 10 o'clock. Biggly, Piggly, Wiggly hotline 304-345-5858. Tony the Taylor text 304-935-5008. I want to quickly, while I've got a moment here, tell you about this big promotion we are doing. All of our stations here, WCHS, V100, Superstar Country 96.1, KWS 95.3, KAZ, Charleston's ESPN Radio 98.7 Mountain, and The Beat proudly present our first ever Trojan Landing Marine and Power Sports Ride and Riches game. It's your chance to win a 2025 Royal Enfield Himalayan 450 and $1,000 in cash. Now, you can listen daily to all of our stations for more information, but what we really want you to do is go out to our participating businesses and register. And we got a bunch of them here in the Kanawha Valley. Just give you a few of them. Captain Holstein's Family Entertainment Center, Trojan Landing, A to Z Outlet, Eddie's Tire and Service, Deal Design Furniture, Clearwater Solutions, Seventh Boutique and Beauty Bar, Shuckers, Family Healthcare Centers, Capital Market, Blanche's Diner, Charleston Cut Flowers, Donut Connection, Biggly Piggly Wiggly, the Red Carpet Lounge, Running Boards and more, Members Choice Federal Credit Union, and Andrews Boots and Workwear. Just some of the places that you can register. Just waltz yourself in there. There's no purchase necessary. Go in and say, hey, I heard Dave talking about it, and I want to register to win this bike. This is a 2025 Royal Enfield Himalayan 450, plus, because you got to have the accessories from Trojan Landing to go along with it, we're going to throw in $1,000 in cash. And so we'll draw some names out about a week or so before August 9th. And then on Saturday, August 9th, we're shutting down the station. We're taking everybody over to Trojan Landing on Saturday, August 9th at 10 a.m. And if you're a finalist, and we'll call you, a week or so in advance to give you an opportunity to clear your schedule to be there, then we're going to put everybody there on the parking lot of Trojan Landing, 10 a.m. on Saturday, August 9th, and we're going to draw one name out, and that person is going to be the winner. But now, if you're not the grand prize winner, that's okay, because we got all kinds of other prizes we're going to be giving away as well. And just for showing up, even if you're not a finalist, come out to see who wins the bike and see who wins the $1,000 in cash. And we'll be giving all kinds of prizes away there. And again, all of our folks will be there from all the stations, one of those events that we're all there for. So looking forward to seeing you there. Again, it's Ride and Riches, brought to you by the folks at Trojan Landing. Information is available on all of the websites of our stations, all our social media, so on and so forth. The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live, brought to you in part by Huston's Pizza. This month, buy any regularly priced large 18-inch pizza, get a free 2-liter Pepsi. You can check out your nearest Huston's at hustonspizza.com. Text says, it's been a truly horrible week. First losing two icons of us Gen Xers, Ozzy and Theo. Reference there to Ozzy Osbourne and Malcolm Jamal Warner. But this one hurts more. Rest with God, Hulkster. We will miss you always. Yeah, just before Metro News Midday yesterday, the announcement came down that Terry Gene Bollea, also known as Hulk Hogan, suddenly passed away. It looks like it was cardiac arrest, 71 years old at his home in Clearwater, Florida. And, as somebody who spent 30 years in the wrestling business, not full-time, but, doing shows and promoting shows and announcing shows and doing TV and things of that nature, I will say that his contributions to the world of sports entertainment cannot be downplayed. And I made some other comments yesterday on on Metro News Midday, so I'm just going to leave it there. And thoughts and prayers to those that were close to him. 25 minutes away from 10 o'clock, Super Duper Charlie Cooper is a radio name that we all remember. There's going to be a honoring, if you will, of Super Duper Charlie Cooper tonight over in Winfield. They're going to do a cruise in. He would have absolutely loved that. Jim Winter is going to join us to talk about that in a little bit. And we're going to go over to the west side when we come back. You're listening to the Dave Allen Show, 580 Live, the voice of Charleston, WCHS.
Brought to you by the Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses. Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses bring first-class businesses to your community.
Earn more with 4 at the best community bank in the Kanawha Valley, Polka Valley Bank. Polka Valley Bank is now offering a certificate of deposit special, 10-month APY, annual percentage yield 4%. Take advantage of this great rate to grow your savings. For more information, stop by one of the 8 Polka Valley Bank locations today. Polka Valley Bank, where relationships matter.
Certain terms and conditions apply. Rates based on minimum annual percentage yield, subject to change without notice. Minimum deposit required of $10,000 of new money not currently on deposit with Polka Valley Bank to receive APY. Member FDIC.
Football season is right around the corner. Get ready for high school and WV football by downloading the Metro News television app. Watch Metro News all day, including Talkline, Sportsline, Free Guys before the game, Metro News middays, and Hotline. Get the Metro News television app from the Apple App Store or Google Play Store. Metro News Television is powered by Dan Cabot GMC, Gomart, Lou Wendell Marine, Stike Wealth Enhancement, Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and Polka Valley.
Ready for college but not sure about the next steps? At BridgeValley, you can start building your future while earning stackable credentials. Whether it's business, healthcare administration, or accounting, take courses that work for you, online or on campus, and build your career one step at a time. Work, study, and stack those credits toward your degree. Get certifications like QuickBooks, Lean Six Sigma, and more. And you may be eligible to go tuition-free with West Virginia Invests. BridgeValley, stackable credentials, flexible education. Start today.
She did it. Senator Shelley Moore Capito stood with President Trump and passed the big, beautiful bill, Making America Great Again. A historic investment in border security, keeping American jobs from being shipped overseas, and tax relief for working families.
The one big, beautiful bill will deliver the strongest border on earth.
Call Senator Capito at 202-224-6472. Thank her for supporting President Trump's big, beautiful bill. Paid for by One Nation, onenationamerica.org.
"22 minutes away from 10 o'clock. Text says, I bet Jesse Ventura isn't sad about Hulk's passing. Well, again, he was a not turning this into a wrestling show. Hulk Hogan was a polarizing figure, and especially later in his life, and he got caught on tape doing some things that he shouldn't ought to do and saying some things that he shouldn't ought to say. And matter of fact, at his last appearance, he was booed out of the building, and it wasn't because he was a quote unquote good guy, bad guy, or anything like that. He was booed out of the building because of some things, but he apologized for them, and that's all you can say about that. But my dislike of the person comes well before that. So again, we'll leave it at that. Respect the dearly departed. Bigley Piggly Wiggly hotline 304-345-5858. Tony the Taylor text 304-935-5008. A couple of people I do like, because yesterday yesterday on the show somebody referred to me as a crusty old geezer. A crusty old geezer. That's why I got called that yesterday. So if I let you folks on, you're not going to call me a crusty old geezer, are you?
I think maybe not today.
Not today. Why don't you introduce yourself to the folks?
Hi, I'm Samantha Nygaard. I'm with the Westside Neighborhood Association.
All right. And Samantha, appreciate you coming back. And Naomi's been feeling a little under the weather, so we're going to kind of give her a little bit of a break today. All right. But I left her microphone on just in case she wants to jump in. What do you guys got going on tomorrow?
So we have a Westside cleanup tomorrow. So around this time, Saturday, July 26th, we will be cleaning up the West Side, meeting at St. Anthony Catholic Church from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m., but we won't be cleaning up the whole time. We will also provide lunch.
All right.
We have Carol Hines Soul Food. She'll be catering burgers and black bean burgers to celebrate our cleanup afterwards.
Now, wait a minute. What kind of black bean burgers? Is that soul food?
It can be.
Okay. Anything that you want it to be.
Exactly.
All right. Tell me about the organization, because you guys do so many things. And we'll get back to the cleanup in a moment. But overall, tell me, for people that may be listening for the first time, tell me about the West Side Neighborhood Association.
Well, believe it or not, West Side Neighborhood Association has been around since 1996. And since then, we've been doing our part to connect neighbors to their neighbors, whether that be cleanup efforts like this. That's really the heart and soul of what we're doing. But when we're not doing that, we are hosting community socials. We're making sure neighbors are connected to their resources that they have available to them, as well as beautifying the community with plant boxes and flowers.
And talk about the revitalization overall of the West Side. I mean, it's it, like all areas in all cities, it struggled, for a little bit. But man, I tell you what, things are really popping over there. There's always something going on over there.
Yeah, there is. There is an organization that has brought together other West Side organizations to kind of work together instead of everybody working in silos. Mm-hmm. And so they split some ideas up and talked to the residents and figured out what was important to them. And that's been going on now for about 3-4 years. And so it's a real effort, and we're starting to make a dent, and you can start seeing things. And it's really amazing to look and see all of the progress that's happening.
And
there are houses being built, there are houses being refurbished. I mean, there are little parks going in, like it is
bike rides in the morning.
Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff happening.
That's what I was going to say. I want to talk about and I know you're struggling with this here with the allergies, like everybody has. So I put you on the spot there. But let's talk about the housing going in over there, because we know that in West Virginia, I have the folks from Advantage Valley on the show on a regular basis. Terrell Ellis, they do a great job, but they always say we have a major housing shortage in West. We need more houses. But the problem is, in a lot of areas, is we can't put more houses where we've got houses that are run down, dilapidated, whatever. I know the city of Charleston is, and the other communities have done a really good job of trying. It's not as easy as it sounds, trying to get these buildings down. But the West Side, I know, is an area that's benefited from this.
Yeah, for sure. We set up and had at an open house for 2 houses that were just refurbished by RCCR. Was it a week ago?
Mm-hmm.
And so they had 2 houses almost side by side. They completely refurbished them. They're over 100 years old, so these houses have character.
Yeah.
And, they're not just your prefab home and that doesn't have soul. You have these things that are like, the fireplace in there was beautiful. And, yeah, these are going to be nice, affordable homes for people to be able to move into.
And people, I found that in my I've been in the Charleston area for 11 years now, but I've found that people are very, very proud of their area. But I've never seen an area that was as proud of itself and that's not a bad thing at all, as what the West Side is. And so what leads to that? What leads to that pride in the West? Why is the West Side the best side? That's what I'm asking, Samantha.
Honestly, it's the people. No matter who you are or what part of the West Side you are, people will wave at you. They're friendly, and we take care of each other. Like if you're in need, even if they don't know your name, they'll come and come to your aid.
And we've seen that time and time again when things have happened on the West Side. Like a couple years ago, we had that oil and gas and water issue. Yeah, people came out in droves and took care of each other, made sure people had heaters and food, and went door to door. That is something I've not seen mobilized in other places, unless you're regularly affected by some kind of natural disaster, like maybe in hurricane areas, you might see that. But yeah, the West Side, they really come together and take care of each other.
All right, let's get back to the cleanup again. It's going to be happening. What time do you start tomorrow?
Tomorrow, 9 a.m.
Okay.
Come ready to work, but only for a little bit, and then we'll feed you.
Well, yeah, because it's going to be pretty hot tomorrow, too. And
so we're starting early.
Yeah, that's why you're starting early at 9 a.m. Hopefully it's not too hot out there at 9 a.m. And then we're going to have some food as well. Now, do you provide the supplies and things of that nature? Talk about that.
Just come as you are. Even wear comfortable closed-toed shoes, please, for safety. But even if you just come where you how you're dressed, we have even safety vests, so people can be reflective for passing traffic or anything. So there's something, if you don't have it, we'll have it for you.
We've got gloves and litter pickers and bags for you. We have all the things that you might need to just come down and register. And we'll get you going, clean up with us for a couple of hours, and then we'll feed you, and you get to meet neighbors and make friends.
And it would be a great opportunity for young people too. And can they get community service hours for that for their school?
We can figure out how to make that happen.
Okay,
that is a thing that we are working towards to make that official. But yeah, we can find ways to make that happen.
You guys aren't traffic people, but we had a text here that said, "Do you have any knowledge as to when the Virginia Street underpass will reopen?"
I do not.
Can't speak
I
on
do
that.
not.
All right, we'll try to get you an answer from somebody. These folks are concerned about cleanup right now. You know, now if you need to know about cleaning the Virginia Street underpass,
Right.
they're your people. And again, we want to appeal to people that if you just want to do something good, you don't even have to live in the area. If you just want to help out, I mean, come out.
Yeah, it's about getting feel goods and meeting neighbors. I mean, it's a great way to start a Saturday.
And the food doesn't hurt.
Food does not hurt.
Yeah.
And it's going to be good because Caroline's food's great.
All right. So, and it's going to be burgers and what else?
Black bean burgers. So, yeah. So,
Black bean
whether
burger.
you eat meat or not, we've got 2 options for you.
All right. Hey, guys, I appreciate you both taking time out of your schedule to be here with us today. Give us, and I actually have got, on your social media, I think you've got some information on there, but tell us how the people can find you on social media or websites or whatever you got.
Facebook is probably the best place for the most up-to-date information. Westside Neighborhood Association on Facebook, and you can find out more.
All right. Naomi, hope you feel better.
Thank you.
Okay, but Samantha did a great job as well.
She did.
All right. Appreciate you both for being here today. And again, the cleanup's going to start tomorrow morning. The Westside Neighborhood Association sponsoring that starts at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. It's 13 minutes away from 10. I got a text here for you. So you're very proud. Is it a pet-friendly outing? Can people bring their pets?
Sure.
Yeah.
If they're well-behaved?
Well-behaved and leashed and, ready for the heat. Make sure that they have plenty of water, their supplies. But we'll have water.
And you also may want to have the little puppy
pads.
Puppy booties or whatever they call them. Yeah. I got cats. They never leave the house. So they look at the outside and go, stupid suckers. They're not going out there. But yes, to answer your question, it is pet-friendly.
Yeah, I'm envisioning a St. Bernard now that we can put trash bags on
cute.
and they can be working on.
Or put a cold, refreshing drink around its neck, like in the cart, like they did in the Warner Brothers cartoons. All right, so it is pet friendly. So keep that in mind. Just be prepared to clean up after them.
Yes,
yeah, that's part of the cleanup process. All right, Samantha, Naomi, I appreciate you being here.
Thank you.
We'll take a break, and we're going to talk about a big cruise-in that's going on tonight in Winfield, honoring the late great Charlie Cooper, super duper Charlie Cooper. That's coming up when we come back right after this on the Voice of Charleston, WCHS.
Brought to you by the Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses. Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses want to thank you for shopping locally.
When you meet someone for the first time, a beautiful smile is the best first impression. If you desire a beautiful smile, no matter where you are in your dental journey, let Garib Dental Group and their experienced dental professionals help make it a reality. From routine cleanings to complex cosmetic treatment, simple fillings to advanced implant placement, Garib Dental Group is prepared to handle any smile. And with the latest technology conveniently placed at each of their 6 locations, Garib Dental Group is prepared to handle the most complex treatment plans. Visit GaribDentalGroup.com to learn more. We love to see your smile.
Macy's has summer deals so big, it's like Black Friday in July. Come in for unbeatable summer savings, like dazzling fine jewelry, now 40 to 75% off, and airy linen blazers from Tommy Hilfiger and more for over half off. Plus, get 3-piece floral print comforter sets for just $21.99. These deals are too big to wait for November, so hurry in. Black Friday in July and Sunday at Macy's. Savings off already reduced prices. Exclusions apply.
Foundation issues? Wet basement? Drainage problems? Contact Foster Foundation Repair. Locally owned and operated by a licensed professional engineer, Foster Foundation Repair provides rock-solid service with certified results. Contact us today for a free evaluation. Foster Foundation Repair. Rock-solid service. Certified results. FosterFoundationRepair.com. West Virginia Contractor License WV061105.
What if the market drops after you retire? What if healthcare costs continue to rise? What if you outlive your savings? If these questions keep you up at night, you're not alone. And you don't have to figure it out alone. I'm John Burdett with 4th Avenue Financial, and I specialize in retirement income planning. Let's turn your what-ifs into a plan you can count on. Schedule your free consultation today at 4thavenuefinancial.com. 4th Avenue Financial, retirement done right.
Securities offered through Jenny McCole Financial Incorporated, member FINRA SIPC. Advisory services offered through Jenny McCole Advisors Incorporated.
10 minutes away from 10. Welcome back to the show. Bigley, Piggly, Wiggly hotline 304-345-5858. Tony the Tailor, text 304-935-5008. The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live is brought to you in part by Fresh Air Filters of Taze Valley. Fresh Air, your trusted filter experts for both your home or business. 304-440-1104. Visit freshairfilters.us because everyone deserves fresh air. If you've got a little age on you, as I do, you certainly remember the name Super Duper Charlie Cooper. Well, tonight in Winfield, there's going to be a car cruising to honor him and maybe do some other good things along the way, honoring the great Super Duper one. Here to talk about it is Jim Winter. Good morning and welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks for having me on today. Really appreciate you guys helping support one of what I consider the greatest DJs that this area's ever had.
Oh, I 100% agree, and I told the listeners earlier I did not have an opportunity to work with Charlie Cooper on the radio. However, I do know the legend. I have heard him, and he and I did work on some projects together off the radio, did some voiceover work for him one time. What a super, super guy, no pun intended.
I think that's how he came up with his nickname, for sure.
Yeah. So what you got going on in Winfield tonight to honor Charlie Cooper?
Okay, well, we've got an event called the Charlie Cooper Memorial Cruise-In. This is a cruise-in and movie night. Basically, what we're going to do down here in Winfield tonight is take you back to the late 60s, early 70s. We're going to have a cruise-in. What that is, for the people that may not know, classic car owners, we invite you to bring your cars out this evening, come to Winfield. We're going to be at the municipal building. Basically, it's like what we did years ago. We'd cruise and we'd go to Shoney's and park and talk and then, whatever. That's kind of what we replicate with a cruise-in. It's not really a car show in that we don't judge, we don't award trophies. I'll be giving some door prizes, but it's not a car show. It's a cruise-in. That will be from 6 o'clock until 8 o'clock tonight. Starting at 8, I'm going to run some previews. Remember at the old drive-ins, they would have the dancing hot dogs and the popcorn and would come across the screen trying to entice you to come to the concession stand. I've got a bunch of those I'm going to roll starting at 8 o'clock because it's not really quite dark enough at 8 o'clock to do the full movie.
Right.
As soon as it gets dark, I'm taking you back to 1958. The movie was starring Robert Mitchum. It was Thunder Road. It is a black and white movie. It's about 2 hours long, and basically it's what we went to the drive-in to see in the late 50s, early 60s, and early 70s.
It's one of the all-time classics, too. I mean, it's a classic.
That's why I chose it. Before I go too far into this, I'd like to send some thank yous out. I want to thank Mayor Randy Barrett, the Winfield City Council, and especially our city workers. They have been just working their heart out, getting everything ready for me tonight. I've got some sponsors I would like to recognize because without sponsors, you can't do something like this.
Yeah, you're right. Go ahead and list them.
Okay, of course, obviously the City of Winfield, Dunbar Printing and Graphics, they did my flyers. The Mustang Club of West Virginia, who are instrumental in manpower to help make this thing happen. The West Virginia Drag Racer Hall of Fame, which is located in the municipal building right there where we will be tonight. And then, of course, Hot Rod Grill DJ Sound, which is me, and I'm one of their sponsors of this event.
It's going to be a great, great time. And again, what time does it get underway, Jim?
It gets underway at 6 o'clock. I've got food trucks, so don't eat before
Okay,
you
all right. Now, look, I'm all about the food. You got to tell me what kind of food trucks you got.
I have got Husky's ice cream coming. Who doesn't like Husky's on a hot night? I mean, their ice cream's awesome. They're also providing hot dogs. And I've got a new vendor this year that Mayor Randy found for me. It's Wild and Wonderful Rolls, and I understand they've got pepperoni rolls that are to die for. I'm looking forward to having one or two of those myself.
Let me tell you about those folks, okay? I got a little inside information on them, okay? When I was over there with our sister station, 98.7 The Mountain, a month or so ago when they did the fundraiser over there for the Putnam County Animal Shelter and the Mountain, I was over there representing the Mountain. I got an opportunity to sample some of those pepperoni rolls. Those things are like next level. I mean, they're very good. I got some and took them home, and they barely made it. My 10-minute or whatever it is commute to my house from Winfield. They barely made it there. Those things are next level. Big shout out to them. You got to go definitely check those out.
As soon as I get one of them, I will be telling everybody, on the air down here tonight how good they are because I just appreciate them, putting faith in us and coming out to our event.
We had a text here, and I think you covered this, but they may have tuned in late. You do have somebody playing music, right? And that's you.
Actually, I've got Charlie Cooper playing music. The late, great Charlie Cooper will be performing tonight at this event. That wasn't easy to manipulate, I'll tell you.
Okay, I'm going to need to know how that's going to work.
Okay, Charlie, as you and I both have talked, he was a genius on the radio. He had actually would go in his studio and pre-record a show for Randy Barrett, or not Randy Barrett, I'm sorry, Larry Bailey. Mm-hmm. They would do car shows like up around the mound and out at Goldtown and various shows. He would pre-record this and have it ready to go in the event that something would happen and that Charlie would be ill, or you never know what happens. You know what it's like. This is awesome. When you hear it, you will think Charlie is sitting there at the car show. I was amazed the first time I got privy to this information.
That is
hey,
next.
Larry, is that a 55 or a 56 Thunderbird coming through the gate? Well, there was no car, there was no gate. It was Charlie sitting in his studio that you've been to. I mean, what kind of genius to come up with? And it sounds so authentic. You can't believe. I'm very fortunate that I have access to those. I'll be playing at least one of those. It'll be about an hour that you'll hear Charlie intro the songs, play the songs, talk about what's going on at the car show he was doing, which is pretty relevant to what I'll be doing tonight. I mean, we'll be having a lot of those same cars that were back there. Probably will be in Winfield tonight.
All right. Jim, we got to wrap it up. Give people the time and the location. Now, if you're not familiar with this, if you're driving through Winfield, the municipal building, it's the city hall. It's right there where the little strip mall is, where Generations Physical Therapy is, right? It's near where the McDonald's is, and, it's not hard to find.
Absolutely. You'll see us. Hopefully there'll be a whole bunch of neat classic cars there. Please come out and see us tonight. I know it's going to be a hot night, but we're going to have some hot food and some hot cars and some hot rock and roll courtesy of super-duper Charlie Cooper. All
right, Jim, I appreciate you, buddy. Thanks a lot. Good luck tonight.
Thank you again. Bye-bye.
Right, Jim Winter. That's kind of cool right there. That super-duper Charlie Cooper, who sadly passed a couple of years ago, and you're going to hear Charlie Cooper there tonight for this event in Winfield. And it's not a car show, it's a cruise in. So if you got your classic cars, my brother-in-law is a big classic car guy. I called him earlier this week when I saw this, and I said, you got to go there. So, Robert, if you're listening, get yourself there. You have a good time. And, of course, one of the all-time classic, you got Robert Mitchum on the big screen. I mean, what's not to love? The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live brought to you in part by Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Look who is here. It's our good friend, back from Motown, TJ Meadows. How you doing, buddy?
What up, man? The dip is better.
The dip is better. Yeah.
I went across it. It's better.
Yeah, the 64 dip there near Nitro westbound. I am not, again, I'm not a road engineer, okay, but it's not as good as what I thought it would be, but it's a lot better than it was.
It's a lot better than it was. Yeah, I mean, you were getting some real push back there.
Yeah.
I mean, the physics were kind of nuts, right? Doing level. What they do. Yeah.
All right, what do you got on the big show today?
Chris Weist, he's the attorney representing the Raleigh County families in the Vax lawsuit that went down yesterday, that ruling. Will join us at 10:06. We'll talk with him. Dave and I are going to recap our thoughts on the Benson interview at 10:23. Kristen Burt, Dave, you may have heard the 1980s died. It seems like in the last week.
A great number of them did.
We'll talk about that at 10:30. Brad Mack in the house at 11:06. Going to talk some golf with Joe Bro. They got that big tourney going on down at Sleepy Hollow. We'll get into that with him. Plus, it's Steam release today at 11:30. Surely, whether it's the dip or something else, somebody's got something to talk about. Holes in bridges,
Yeah, you got that. All right, that's coming up at 10:06. For Dave Allen Show on 580 Live, brought to you in part by Live Healthy West Virginia, presented by WVU Medicine, a podcast promoting healthier lifestyles in the state. Check out the latest episodes, WVMetroNews.com, under the podcast menu. I'll be back later today with 13 News and Tonight Live anchor Amanda Barron. Coming up at noon today, Metro News Midday. On this show on Monday, we're going to talk to Delegate Andy Shamlin. We got some more news with the Cross Lanes issue. Making his third appearance to talk about that will be Delegate Shamlin. Also, Danny Jones on the show as well. We'll see you later. Till then, have fun and love somebody.